What up, you guys? It's your boy Ola here with Ola TV. And on this edition, we're doing Friday Night Smackdown. This is going to be the Friday Night Smackdown right before the Elimination Chamber. You heard it here. Smackdown right before the Chamber. And we're going to see tonight how business is about to pick up because it is going to get so serious tonight. This is the Elimination Chamber Eve. Yes, this is the night right before the Chamber. And later on tonight, it looks like Sami Zayn is going to be in attendance, and Sami Zayn is going to talk a little bit more about the chamber later on tonight. Right now, to go ahead and kick things off, it's going to be, it looks like a match coming up here with Natalia. Um, well, I don't know yet if it's a match, but Natalia is on the way to the ring. It's either going to be maybe some singles competition or maybe uh, she's going to have something to say about this upcoming pay per view. Now, let's see what we have here. Actually, looks like it's going to be scheduled for a tag team match. So Natalia is going to be the first person coming in from the tag team. Curious to see who exactly it is that they're going to be teaming up with here tonight and seeing who the competition is going to be against as well. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's pay per view. Tomorrow's pay per view is going to be crazy for the Elimination Chamber. While we're waiting for this match to start, bear with me here just one moment. I have to go ahead and get a couple more things set up here. All right, let me just see what we got going. It's going to be a good Friday night SmackDown tonight. You can already tell, especially leading into Chamber tomorrow night, 24 hours from today. Chamber is going to be tomorrow. So it's going to be it's going to be one crazy match. So a set of matches leading into the pay per view tomorrow. And for those of you who do not have access to the pay per view, it is going to be available on Peacock. And if you don't have access to Peacock, you are more than welcome to join so that you can get all the live updates on this channel because I will be hosting. Um, I will be making sure that I host and making sure that I give you guys the live play-by-play updates on the chamber as well. So it's going to be a good weekend. We've got SmackDown kicking it off tonight with a tag team match. Natalia is the first one on the way to the ring, and then we've got the chamber pay-per-view for tomorrow. So it's gonna be some good stuff coming up here. Now, just waiting to see right now who's Natalia's tag team partner is going to be and who are the opponents that should be leading into this match as well. All right. So while we're waiting for that, bear with me here for another moment as I get a couple of my settings here taken care of so I can get this, making sure we're running everything smoothly here. All right. So it looks like Shotzi is actually going to be Natalia's tag team partner tonight. Shotzi coming out here with a nice little tank, mini sized tank. Can't tell if it's a toy, if it's a remote control, but she came out with a tank, and a tank shot out a couple of pyros here. So a nice little entranceway here for Shotzi, who's coming in as Natalia's tag team partner here tonight. All right, guys. And by the way, while we're going through all the matches, if my voice sounds a little bit off or raspy, I think I might be going a little bit under the weather. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and make sure you get all the live updates on SmackDown tonight. So Shotzi has made her way into the ring right now as we speak. And now just waiting to see who the opponents are going to be for this particular match. Oh, it looks like Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler should be the opponents coming up here tonight. Because last week, if you tuned into SmackDown or if you tuned into this live stream, it looks like the ambush between Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey against Natalia did not sit well with neither Natalia or Shotzi. So it looks like they're going to be going 2-on-2 competition against them. Should be that tag team that they're going to be facing off. And actually, last week, it looks like Natalia's nose was actually broken during the process. So it looks like whatever impact she caught from Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, something definitely busted her nose wide open because she was gushing blood real nasty last week. All right. And now we've got Ronda Rousey coming out. It looks like she's going to be the first one. Oh, actually, it looks like Shayna Baszler is actually going to come out to Ronda Rousey's music as well. So we've got Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey coming out together. Usually the girls come out separate to their own music, but It looks like they're both coming out to Ronda Rousey's entrance, and Ronda's coming in some type of martial arts looking outfit here. Looks like she's got some martial arts sneakers. She's got a martial arts coat, and looks like she's taking the coat off now. So looks like she's ready to fight. And Shayna Baszler is coming out in her usual outfit. It's funny and ironic that they made these girls come out looking almost like sisters to some degree. The way they look like, as far as their dress code, their colors, and also the eye makeup that they wear in this match. It looks like they look almost identical. So it's ironic how they quickly turned Ronda Rousey into a heel and had her now joining forces with Shayna Baszler, and how they also turned Natalia from heel to a face and then tagging up with Shotzi. So a lot of different changes here in the women's division, but nonetheless, the SmackDown match is officially on the way. Natalia starting off with a nice little snapmare takedown onto Shayna Baszler to go ahead and start this matchup as we get the Friday Night SmackDown content going here. And right now, Natalia with a couple of headlocks on Shayna Baszler and then spins her down for a pin. But Shayna Baszler kicks out immediately. And now we've got a nice little waist lock by Natalia around the waist of Shayna Baszler. And Shayna trying to break out of that hold as we speak right now. Shayna Baszler gets out of the hold and then puts Natalia into a submission of like twisting her wrist and her hand in a weird position while having the forearm locked in place, trying to almost like break her fingers apart away from her wrist area. So Shayna right now trying to become the technical assassin to go ahead and start this match. But Natalia gets right out of it with a nice little snapmare takedown again, and then a kick to the face courtesy of Natalia, right across the chin of Shayna Baszler. Now Shayna trying to catch herself and get composed as we go ahead and continue on to this match. And now Ronda Rousey tags herself in. Looks like she's ready to go one on one. We got her getting ready to go up against. Let me see if we're gonna tag in. If we're gonna tag in either Shotzi or if it's gonna be against her. Oh, it looks like the action has been taken to the outside now. And you got Natalia doing a clothesline onto Shayna Baszler on the outside. Then you got Shotzi going to the top, and she leaps off the third rope, and she takes out both Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. And now looks like Shotzi and Natalia are getting the upper hand. Looks like they are reeling right now, looking like a cohesive unit on this tag team match. So far, so good. Looks like the women that are over here dominating are Shotzi and Natalia. Looks like Shayna Baszler and Ronda not looking that cohesive, although you would think that they would be, considering that they have a little bit more experience with each other and they have a little bit more closer of a relationship compare that to Shotzi and Natalia. This is actually the first match of the evening. It's a tag team match. Um, Nothing here as far as qualifiers or anything like that, because the women that were supposed to qualify are already in the chamber matches, and anyone else that's scheduled to be at the pay-per-view has pretty much already set their ticket and set their opportunity in stone for the chamber match. Tomorrow is going to be a great pay-per-view, so make sure to tune in. I will be hosting that tomorrow night, and that should be starting at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So make sure to tune in, because I think the chamber match is going to have a couple of good surprises and a couple of good upsets. Hopefully, one of the upsets is not Roman Reigns, obviously, because I don't want Roman Reigns to lose his title, this early in the game. But you just never know when it comes to WWE. But I honestly think that Sami Zayn is not going to win. I think it's all hype. I think they're just trying to hype it up so that it would make it a little bit more convincing for the fans to want to tune into the chamber match tomorrow. But you just never know. Things could definitely turn around. But I honestly think Roman Reigns tomorrow will retain. Now, the real question is what is going to happen later on tonight? Because if you recall last week, uh, Paul Heyman, aka the Wise Man did mention that he wanted Jimmy Uso to stay home for this specific SmackDown for the purposes of being able to have Jimmy to visualize kind of like what's going on TV behind the scenes. Because when you're at the show, you're not able to go ahead and really see everything that's going on backstage. So I think he wants Jimmy to stay to keep a good eye out and see what exactly has Jey Uso been up to behind the scenes, and how is Sami Zayn impacting and continuing to affect the Bloodline faction? So I really think that there's going to be an opportunity tonight for the faction to either show unity or to continue the demise leading into the chamber. So that's going to be very interesting to see what happens here tonight. I got a feeling Jey Uso is going to be here tonight. It's already been announced that Sami Zayn's going to be here, and I believe Roman Reigns will be here tonight, and I think that Roman is going to actually do a sneak attack. I don't know if it will be on Sami Zayn. I don't know if it will be on Jey Uso, but I honestly do believe that Roman Reigns is going to do a sneak attack tonight, and I do believe that that's only going to intensify what's going to happen tomorrow night at the Chamber. So it's going to be an interesting turn of events if something critical happens here tonight before the pay-per-view. Right now, we are currently still on a commercial break. The team match is between Shotzi and Natalia on one side versus Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. Ronda has been gone for quite some time, so it's surprising that she came last week, joined forces with Shayna, and then attacked and assaulted Natalia. And they also broke Natalia's nose in the process. She was bleeding out of her nose badly last week, but this week it looks like her nose is okay and in order. Now it looks like we are back from the commercial break, and the women's tag team match is still going on strong. And it looks like tonight they're hosting in Montreal, Quebec, as we did state last week. And it looks like also the pay per view will also be in Montreal, Quebec. So Montreal, Quebec getting a little bit of everything this week when it comes to WWE. Now we've got Shayna right now in the center of the ring. It's got a submission hold on Shotzi. It's got one of the knees on the neck area of Shotzi while she simultaneously is pulling her arm in the opposite direction and also has her joint and elbow area kind of like bent in a weird position. Shotzi right now looking like she's in a lot of pain and she's breaking out of it. Punches Shayna in the face, punches her again. Now she's trying to reach for her partner, Natalia. Now she punches Shayna again for a third time, but Shayna stops her. Oh, and now she gets taken down by Shotzi. Shotzi tries to leap over to get the tag, but Shayna Baszler ends up throwing her to the other side of the ring. Excuse me, the other side of the ring. And now she's in the corner where Ronda Rousey is at. And then we also have Natalia getting a sneak attack by Shayna Baszler across the face, which sends Natalia off the apron. Now Shotzi trying to fight off both Ronda Rousey as well as Shayna Baszler. Shayna gets thrown out of the ring courtesy of Shotzi. And now we got a smack across the face by Shotzi on the face. Ooh, and smacks again. Third smack across the face of Ronda, catching her right on the cheek too, like really smacking her pretty hard. Oh my goodness. Shotzi ends up going, performing a weird move to Ronda Rousey over the rope that lands. Uh, I think it landed Ronda on her head on the apron. Let me see this replay. It happened so fast. Oh man, she did. Shotzi leaped over the third rope and she lands Ronda Rousey's head on the apron in a DDT style format. So she leaps up and brings Ronda's head down, and Ronda looking like she is out of it. She's grabbing her neck area in severe pain. She also looks like she is completely gassed. She might have had a mouth concussion, or maybe she might have been temporarily shocked or stunned. She's still grabbing her neck area. Shayna Baszler gets tagged in. She catches the Itaguri courtesy of Shotzi. Natalia jumps in for the tag. And now a clothesline that takes Shayna down. Another clothesline that takes Shayna down. And Natalia trying to get the crowd into it. Now Natalia with a nice Russian leg sweep that takes down Shayna Baszler. And now she's got all the momentum. Shayna kicks Natalia right in the abdomen area. Oh, we got an elbow shot. Oh, and Natalia with a German suplex perfectly performed on Shayna Baszler. And Ronda Rousey is still on the ground right now as we speak. It is looking real bad for Ronda. I think Ronda might have been injured for real. Shayna tries to go for a high knee to the face of Natalia, but misses. Natalia plants her into the center of the ring with a running powerbomb pin, but it's a kick out after two by Shayna. Still no sign of Ronda Rousey yet getting up. And right now it is looking real bad. Real bad. Oh, and now Shayna with a nice chokehold across the neck of Natalia. Ronda got herself tagged in. Natalia does a clothesline across Shayna Baszler. Ronda goes flying across the ring off the third rope, body to body. And now she's grabbing her ankle and knee area. And I wonder if she hurt her knee again. And Ronda over here asking Natalia, to not lock in the sharpshooter. Oh my God. And Ronda Rousey looking in absolute severe pain. I got a feeling she's about to tap. Oh my goodness. She's in the center of the ring. No Shayna Baszler around. Oof, Ronda is screaming at the top of her lungs. She's got both a neck injury in this match, and also she got a possible knee injury. Oh man, Ronda Rousey still in absolute pain, screaming. But Shayna Baszler gets into the ring, and Natalia breaks the sharpshooter hold. Man, she is grabbing that knee so hard. She's grabbing the knee just as hard as she was grabbing the back of her neck. I got a feeling that Ronda has two injuries in this match. She's got that left knee and she's got the back of the neck area that got injured. Oh, and Natalia went to do a tag team move here on Ronda with Shotzi, but Shotzi did not notice that Natalia got taken out. And now, oh man, now we got the arm bar by Ronda Rousey twisting Shotzi's arm real nasty, and Shotzi's over here begging for mercy, tapping out, and Ronda Rousey gets the victory courtesy of the armbar submission. Shotzi ends up tapping out, and that's the first match of the evening for SmackDown for the women's tag team. We got Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler get the big time victory. But I tell you what, I don't think those injuries are being faked by Ronda Rousey. I think one of those injuries have got to be real, either the neck injury or the either the neck injury with the head injury or the knee injury because she caught a nasty DDT on the outside of the apron. That was disgusting. That DDT she caught courtesy of I think it was Shotzi. Oof, that was just crazy. Pretty good women's match. So go ahead and start SmackDown again. This match is not for any qualifiers or anything special, just basically for bragging rights and I guess an opportunity to bring both Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey up, which is weird because the girls are both currently they're both heels, but yet they've got the crowd kind of like on their feet cheering for them. So that's interesting. Later on, it looks like Sami Zayn is scheduled to be here. Says Sami Zayn comes home SmackDown tonight on Fox. So I guess Sami Zayn is gonna be here again to talk more smack about what's leading up into tomorrow night. Says Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn Part One coming up next as well. So I guess they're gonna go ahead and talk about all the things that have led up to this pay per view, which is tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, live on Peacock. Make sure you guys tune in for that one because I'll be here live. It looks like SmackDown business has already picked up with the women's tag team match, and it's about to pick up even more when Sami Zayn comes out here to have a little bit of a chat. The interesting thing is going to be will he be blindsided and be attacked by either Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso, or maybe even Solo Sokoa? So, very intrigued to see in which direction this is going to go because Sami Zayn had a moment earlier this week, if you guys tuned in, on Raw, which by the way is available on both um, my YouTube and Facebook channels if you didn't have those already. Yeah, so Sami Zayn showed up on Raw, had a moment with Cody Rhodes talking about how he thinks he can possibly defeat Roman Reigns, but he's not 100% sure. Cody kind of boosted him up and told him, man, you got to finish the dream story. So Cody believes in him. Sami Zayn somewhat believes in himself. So we'll see if this is going to be a turn of events. I think Sami Zayn is going to lose, to be quite honest. I was only a little bit nervous a couple weeks ago because I thought the Usos were going to lose their titles. Had they lost their titles, then I was thinking that possibly Roman Reigns might lose his title at Chamber, and they might change the turn. They might change the events leading up to WrestleMania. But because the Usos did retain, and looks like the Usos are starting to kind of reunite, I honestly think that the possibility of Sami Zayn winning tomorrow is probably like less than a 10% chance. So it's very, very unlikely that that is going to happen. But it'll be very interesting to see how that all turns out. All right, right now looks like we have a commercial break still. So as soon as this gets started, go ahead and give some updates on that. While we're waiting for commercial break, let me actually take a quick moment to get some water here. Give me like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Just wanted to get a quick drink of water while we're here on this quick commercial break. Probably gonna have to take a pause because right now I think I'm getting under the weather a little bit. Earlier today, I was actually kind of like sneezing a little bit. No coughing though, but was sneezing throughout the day. So might be having some light flu symptoms. Not sure, but nonetheless, we're here today for the SmackDown edition, and we will definitely be here tomorrow for the pay-per-view edition of WWE Elimination Chamber. So that's gonna be a good one. All right, just had to get the halls real quick. All right, put the wrapper over there. All right, so guys, still on a commercial break. It'll probably be back right now in the next, give it about another 15 seconds or so, giving a Daytona 500 um, commercial. And yep, it looks like we're back from commercial break. See what we got coming up next. Should be Sami Zayn coming up next. I almost want to say that Sami Zayn is going to get attacked for sure. I think Sami Zayn is going to get attacked tonight. It says for the Daytona 500, the honorary race official is going to be Charlotte Flair. I have no idea what that means. I guess maybe Charlotte Flair is going to be a part of the Daytona 500 situation. So doesn't have anything really to do too much with WWE, but they did announce that. I don't really watch Daytona, but some racing is good. Sometimes it's fun to watch, but I don't really keep up with it. So Michael Cole is introducing right now. They're going to show the replay and the build-up leading up to Sami Zayn joining the Bloodline, as well as Sami Zayn, then of course betraying the Bloodline. So they're showing when Sami Zayn lost to Ricochet for the Intercontinental Championship. I didn't know the Sami Zayn even had the title. Then they're showing when Knoxville got the victory over Sami Zayn, which I believe, I can't remember if that was WrestleMania or not, but he also lost to he lost to this guy from he lost to Knoxville from well, you know the movie. I don't want to say the name because it might not be right to say the name on this broadcast, but you guys know where Knoxville is from. And he ended up going in a match against him and defeated him. And then Sami Zayn eventually ends up joining the Bloodline, becomes instrumental in helping the Usos get a victory. Also instrumental in taking a couple of chair shots to take care of, the Bloodline. For example, he caught the Claymore kick, and he also caught a chair shot courtesy of Drew McIntyre to show his stripes that he is here to become an honorary Us for the Bloodline. They're also showing in the steel cage match how Sami Zayn jumped in and helped the Bloodline continue to get bigger, stronger, and better, where he attacked people like Kevin Owens. Now, Kevin Owens was talking smack, telling Sami Zayn how they will never be a part of the Bloodline. He will never be their real blood. He will never be their real DNA. Now they're showing the moment where Sami Zayn got screamed at by Roman Reigns when Sami Zayn was trying too much too soon, especially trying to be like, Roman Reigns being the main speaker for the Bloodline. Now the segue where they had Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn, where Roman Reigns tells him you're going to deliver your final test at the Royal Rumble, and we're going to really see if you really are a part of the Bloodline. And that's when he told him, I don't want to see you until then. And that's, of course, recent events. Rumble came out. Sami Zayn attacked Roman Reigns. And, of course, that answered the question of, is he or is he not with the Bloodline? So now that led up to current events now. Oh, now we got Hit Row in the ring. We got Fab, Adonis, and Top Dollar. I think they're about to do a freestyle. Top Dollar talking smack to the crowd, saying, "The last time we were here, you guys didn't show us no love." Oh man, he said a line that Brett screwed Brett. Oh man, wow. They said Canada's about Toronto, Montreal is the side chick. Wow, yo, they dissing Montreal hard tonight. Montreal, Quebec is getting dissed real bad tonight, and all the lights just went pitch black. Ooh, is this gonna be Bray Wyatt? The fans are going crazy on SmackDown right now. They are cheering and cheering real hard. They got all the cell phones on with their lights. Oh, and now the lights turned on in the center of the ring. Oh man, the ring is surrounded by, I think, Bray Wyatt. Yep. They also have I think Uncle, is that Uncle Howdy? Yeah, Uncle Howdy's here too. Whoa. This is getting crazy. Business is picking up real fast. Oh, B-Fab ran out of the ring. Now we've only got Top Dollar and Adonis in the ring. Adonis goes after Uncle Howdy. Bray Wyatt goes after Top Dollar. Top Dollar gets flung over the third ropes. Now it's just Adonis in the ring alone with both of them. And now Bray Wyatt performs the mandible claw on him. And now Uncle Howdy performs a Sister Abigail on Adonis and takes him out. And the crowd is still going crazy. And it says WWE SmackDown #1 in the US trending right now. Now we got Bray Wyatt on the microphone even after the attack. Let's see what he has to say. Now we got the fans cheering. Thank you, Bray. Thank you, Bray. Thank you, Bray. I think they're thanking him not only because of the attack on Top Dollar and Adonis, but also thanking him in general just for his return. Oh man. So he's talking about Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar about tomorrow night. Oh man, Bray Wyatt just announced an offer to the winner of Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt. I mean, excuse me, the winner of Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley tomorrow. Bray Wyatt wants that winner, and I'm guessing for WrestleMania. Oof, that's gonna be interesting. So Bray Wyatt not only comes out with Uncle Howdy, and they end up obliterating Hit Row. They beat up Adonis. They beat up Top Dollar. B-Fab ran out of the ring before the attack. So not only did they do that, but also they get a standing ovation by the crowd saying thank you, Bray. And then Bray offers a challenge to whoever wins the match tomorrow night. So between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley tomorrow, that's a regular one-on-one match. The winner of that match, Bray Wyatt wants the winner. And I'm guessing he's going to want the winner of that match at the WrestleMania pay-per-view that's coming up April 1st, April 2nd. So this is going to be a very interesting. I think that match has a little bit more how do I say, has a little bit more sauce now, has a little bit more stipulation, has a little bit more excitement now, because originally I was like, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, they're two big guys, right? But I was like, it's kind of like there's nothing on the line. There's no title shots. It's not a qualifier. It's not a #1 contendership, right? It really had no significant value other than them having, adversarial history. And I was like, that match might be boring. But now I think that match is going to actually intensify. I think I'm going to watch that match a little bit closer, because now whoever wins that match is more than likely facing Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. So that's going to be good. That makes that match just a little bit better than what I initially thought it was going to be. I almost think that Brock Lesnar has to win. Well, I was going to say, I think Brock Lesnar has to win that match because Bray Wyatt is technically like a heel, but at the same time, the crowd actually cheers on Bray Wyatt, and they actually like him. So maybe, just maybe Bobby Lashley will win because Bray Wyatt technically has the persona of a heel, but the way he's been acting lately, he kind of has the image of a face. He's been acting more as a face than as a heel. Even when he fought LA Knight, he was technically the face. He like visually with the mask and everything, he looked like he was the heel. But LA Knight was the heel. He was the face. And that was at the Rumble for the Pitch Black match. So I think, with that being said, Bobby Lashley has to defeat Brock Lesnar because it will look kind of weird having two faces facing each other if Brock wins and he faces Bray Wyatt. So, guys, I think that's almost indicating that Bobby Lashley is going to win at the pay per view. That might be an early sign letting us know. So, very interested in seeing this match a little bit more now. The real matches I'm really interested in is the actual 6-man chamber match and then the 6-woman chamber match because those are going to be good, especially the women's, because the women's, whoever wins that match is going to basically head to WrestleMania, and they're going to be the ones that are going to go ahead and decide. Well, not decide. They're going to be the ones that are going to face Bianca Belair. So I'm very curious to see who are we going to give a push to in the women's match in the pay per view tomorrow, because that winner is possibly going to dethrone Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. So it's going to be very interesting which direction they go. We already know that Rhea Ripley is going to be taking on Charlotte Flair. That's going to be at the actual WrestleMania pay-per-view. So we know that is already set in stone. And we know that Rhea Ripley is getting a massive push because she's one of the favorites for Triple H. So I would assume that Rhea Ripley is probably going to dethrone Charlotte Flair. And then Bianca Belair, I think, may be dethroned as well. But if they don't want to dethrone both of the women's champions, I would say that if they're just going to choose one, then Charlotte Flair would probably lose, and Bianca Belair will probably retain her title. That's the more likely outcome, is that Bianca will retain, and Charlotte will be the one that gets dethroned. So the Raw champion will probably stay the same, and SmackDown will end up changing hands. But the fact of the matter is, I think they're going to just change hands for both titles. I think they're trying to start a new era for someone else in this women's division when it comes to both the Raw and the SmackDown titles. And same thing for like Roman Reigns and the Usos. They're eventually going to be dethroned because it's already been a long time they've held the titles. For example, Roman Reigns, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday, Roman Reigns hit 900 days. 900 days, bro. He's not the longest reigning champ, but he's getting up there as being, one of the I think he's close to either hitting top 5 or top 4. I gotta double check. I want to Google that in a sec. But yeah, 900 days, guys. 900 days. Officially yesterday. Well, now that was yesterday. So today, officially 901. But yeah, 900 days holding the championship. Let's see, as we're waiting for the next match to come up. Let me see what is the longest WWE reigning champs. I know that Hogan had it for like, I think Hogan had it for like 2,200 days or something like that. That's crazy. Let me see. Let me see where. Um, let's check right here real quick. WWE's longest reigns, top 10. Let me see. Mm, Let me make sure this list is correct too. Sometimes some of these websites, the list be like, the list be wrong. No, I think this is it because this one has the CM Punk one. It has the John Cena one. Oh, he's coming up on the top 5. If he retains, hold on a second. We got the Madcap Moss backstage with his girlfriend Emma, allegedly, and Madcap Moss is talking smack. He's trying to prove that he's a superstar lately. So they've been trying to give him a little bit of a push. He won last week. Now he's supposed to be up next. Oh yeah, that's right. He won last week. I think it might have been a fatal 4-way. It was for the number 1 contendership. So tonight, Madcap Moss going one-on-one against Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, and that's coming up later on tonight. I totally forgot that the Intercontinental Championship was actually going to be on the line tonight. The defending against number one contender, Madcap Moss. All right. Well, no match yet. Madcap Moss was just talking to his girlfriend backstage with Emma, which that's already done. Now we got to look close up at the fans that are here tonight. We got, I think, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus coming to the way on the ring. So while that match is waiting, let me go ahead and pull up the top 10. I got it here for you guys so we can see what Roman Reigns is starting to kind of zone in on for this one. I mean, let's see. Let me go ahead and share the screen. We got Sheamus coming out, I think, first. And then Drew McIntyre is coming out. All right, let's see. Let me share the screen. Let me pull this up here. All right. All right, let me make sure I got you guys on this one. All right, guys, this is it. Top 10. Now, before we get into the top 10, let me take a quick second also here to send my link to my homies over on the Facebook platform. By the way, guys, I'm thinking of starting a Facebook platform very, very soon for us, the viewers basically. I'm thinking of starting a platform for us, or I should say like a private chat so that we can be able to talk. We can be able to stay up to date, all the good stuff. So that way you guys can talk to me directly here. You can also drop the comments, of course, on the YouTube. Um, but it'll be even nicer if we had, kind of that communication together. So maybe doing that soon. In just a moment, going to do the top 10. Let me just share my link really quick here. Want to make sure I get a couple more peeps on the comments platform. Let me see. Well, we got the Vikings coming out. So it's going to be the Vikings coming out here. Tag Drew and Sheamus. I always forget these guys' names, but they just announced them as Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders. I don't have no interest in this tag team if I'm being honest. So that's probably why I don't ever remember their names. All right, so real quick, this match is about to start. Before it does, we should go through the top 10. Actually, guys, I'll show the top 10 in a second because the match is actually starting right now as we speak. So let me get back to showing myself on the screen. So it looks like Sheamus tried to go for the bro kick real early into the match against Ivar. And then Ivar gets out of the way. Then he gets thrown out to the ring courtesy of Sheamus. And then Sheamus leaps off the apron and is attacking Ivar on the outside. And then Eric tried to attack Drew McIntyre. Oh my gosh. Drew McIntyre absolutely slams this dude straight into the barricade head first. Drew McIntyre taking Eric out of the competition. And we got Ivar now in the ring one-on-one with Sheamus. Man, this dude got slammed nasty. Got slammed real nasty. Now Ivar gets a clothesline courtesy of Sheamus and goes flying over the third rope. And now Drew McIntyre jumps into the ring, screaming out to the Viking Raiders. And now they go back to a commercial break. So since they're on a commercial break, let me get back to my top 10. Here we go. Guys, top 10. This is top 10 longest reigning WWE champions of all time. All time, okay? Starting at number 10 is Hulk Hogan with 364 days. Now, a long time ago, this 364-day reign was like, it was a much higher rank. Actually, am I showing it on my screen? Can you guys see it? Hold on. I was on the wrong one. Was I? Yeah. Okay. So here it is, guys. Let me scroll back up. Top 10 longest WWE champions of all time. Here we go. Hogan at number 10 with 364 days. So this particular one right here used to be higher, but because of all the recent champions that have come through and had longer reigns, this one has dropped dramatically. So it's at number 10. Number 10. Barely making the cusp anymore, right? All right. Next, Macho Man Randy Savage. 371 days at a tie for number 9, Macho Man Randy Savage. After this, who we got at number 8? Number 8, we got AJ Styles, a modern day guy. I didn't even know AJ Styles even had the WWE Championship. That was probably at a time when I wasn't watching WWE for a while because I had stopped watching their content. But I did not know that the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, holding the title, my friend, holding 371 days. That's crazy. That's insane, and he's not even he's still in the business. So that's pretty sweet. All right, next guy, who we got next? Number 7 is John Cena, barely beating out the first 4 guys at number 7. I mean the first 3 guys, I should say. John Cena holding at 381 days. I remember when he held that title at the time, I was like, man, they gave that guy that title for that long. I'm not a John Cena fan, so but here we got a guy right here. I'm not a fan of either, but respect a little bit more than comparative to John Cena. We've got CM Punk at 434 days, brother. 434 at number 6. That's insane. Who we got after that? We got Pedro Morales, 1,027 days at number 5. 1,027 days. And as I stated earlier to you guys, Roman Reigns is officially at 901 days. So he is technically he is number 6 because this Punk is only at 434. So technically he is at 901 and he is number 6. But if he doesn't lose the title at Chamber and he doesn't lose the title at WrestleMania, there's a very good chance that he will break the record for number 5 because by the time WrestleMania arrives, he'll be somewhere around 930 or 940, something like that, or maybe even closer to 950. So if he retains for the next couple of pay-per-views, meaning Chamber match tomorrow as well as WrestleMania on April 1st and 2nd, he could potentially past Pedro Morales at 1,027. Then you got Bruno Sammartino at 1,237. So if Roman Reigns finds a way to retain this title for at least 75% of the year of 2023, he may potentially pass Bruno at number 4. Then at number 3, we got Hulk Hogan at 1,474. Number 2, we got Bob Backlund at 2,135, which I don't know how to let that man hold that title for that long. That guy, to me, in my opinion, not that great. He kind of sucked when I started watching wrestling, but maybe he was better back in the time. I thought Hogan was in the top 2. And then number 1 is Bruno Sammartino yet again, but this one is for 2,803 days, longest ever. So, guys, that is the top 10 all time. So, will Roman be able to go number 5? Will he pass number 4 maybe later on this year? Or will he lose in one of these upcoming pay-per-views and maybe end up at number 6? So right now he's at number 6, but he could potentially be number 5 or number 4 if he doesn't lose at if he doesn't lose at WrestleMania or at Chamber. I was gonna say at SummerSlam. SummerSlam is later on in the year. But anyways, wanted to show that quick top 10 because that is the top 10 currently until he loses his title. With that being said, we got Eric in the match right now, beating up Sheamus. The Viking Raiders right now are trying to get a bit of a push onto the SmackDown programming. Right now, Sheamus was being choked out in the second rope. Right now, I'm wondering what is the name of the woman that comes out with the Viking Raiders? I've seen her a few times, but I don't recall them ever mentioning her name. But nonetheless, Ivar gets tagged in after his partner had just smacked Sheamus across the face. Ivar knocks Drew McIntyre off of the apron. So now Ivar getting the advantage over the tag team of Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And right now, Ivar feeling good about himself, but then all of a sudden he goes running towards Sheamus to the corner, and Sheamus leaps out of there with a massive clothesline that takes Ivar down to the ground. And now both men are trying to get to their respective tag team partners so that they can be able to go ahead and get a tag in. Drew McIntyre is back on the apron, cheering on his partner, hoping that he comes in and gets the tag. Ivar makes his tag, and Sheamus makes his tag as well. Drew McIntyre takes down Eric once, takes him down twice. Now he got him on his feet going rope to rope, and another drop with a massive elbow across Eric's face. Drew, Drew McIntyre now with a belly to belly suplex over his head. And now Ivar tries to jump in, but he catches a nasty neck breaker courtesy of Drew McIntyre. Now Eric tries to go after Drew, and Drew ends up performing a neck breaker on him as well. And now Drew McIntyre leaps up off the mat, landing on his feet, getting the crowd excited. Oof, kicks Eric in the stomach, and then Eric exchanging some punches across the face. Both guys getting at each other. Ooh. Taka Michinoku driver by Drew McIntyre performed on Eric into an immediate pin, but Eric kicks out after two. Woo! Drew McIntyre being a big guy, performing a Drew McIntyre Taka Michinoku driver on Eric. Crazy. Instead of a Taka Michinoku, we're gonna have to change the name to Taka McIntyre power driver. Oh, and now Sheamus gets tagged in, and then Ivar tries to take advantage, but Sheamus ends up pulling him on the third ropes. Then he reels him into the corner, throws him to the other corner. Oh, and a nasty big boot by Ivar that catches Sheamus right on the chin. Now Ivar looking for a possible high risk move here, going up to the top. And now Sheamus back to his feet, catches Ivar on the third rope with a couple of punches across the face. Oh man, Sheamus now climbing up. He's about to grab Ivar on his shoulders off the third rope. Oh no. Sheamus leaps off the second ropes and drives Ivar's back into the ground. And both men are planted in the center of the ring now, laid out. Whew, what a massive, big time move by Sheamus. I'll tell you what, man, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre are strong as heck. Because for Drew McIntyre to be able to perform a Taka Michinoku driver, excuse me, on Eric like that, dominate him, and then you got Sheamus picking up Ivar, who probably weighs about 280, maybe close to 300, and then takes him from the ropes and leaps head first into the ground with planting his planting Ivar's back onto the mat like that, bro. Nothing but nothing but strength and brutality from both Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, bro. These two guys, perfect tag team. I kind of wish they didn't self-eliminate themselves in the tournament that was going on for SmackDown back, last month, because they would have been perfect to go like up to have them going up against the Usos for the titles. But unfortunately, they did, voluntarily remove themselves from that match, and that ended up resulting in Ricochet and Braun Strowman, of course, winning. But when they faced the Usos for the titles, they lost on SmackDown. So the Usos are still the undisputed Universal Tag Team champs. It's going to be interesting to see if the Usos. I don't think the Usos are defending their titles though at the Chamber. I think since they defended the SmackDown titles on SmackDown when Jey Uso made his return, and it was a surprise return, by the way. But when he made his return, they successfully defended, and because they successfully defended, I think they're not going to be obligated to have the titles on the line at the pay per view. So to be quite honest, I'm thinking that they're probably going to hold those titles all the way into WrestleMania, more than likely. That's what I'm thinking. Man, so pretty good SmackDown so far. I'm not gonna lie, SmackDown has been getting a bit better over time. I'm really liking it. SmackDown usually tends to be a little bit more of the weaker show when it comes to not always weaker, but it tends to sometimes be less impactful or interesting compared to Raw. But lately, they've been having a lot of the suspense, especially with the bloodline stuff going on, and then pretty good tag team matches and number one contenderships and titles being defended on SmackDown. I think it's become a really good show. I think it's starting to keep up to par on the Raw level. Obviously, it's only 2 hours versus the 3 hours, right? But still, pretty good. I would say pretty good content last couple of weeks. Even the past month, I would say it's been pretty solid. So we're back from the commercial break. All right, let's say the tag team match is still on the way. If you're just tuning in, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre are performing the punches like this across the chest of both Ivar, and they keep going. They're like on 20 already, and they're doing it simultaneously to both Eric and Ivar, who are tag team of the Viking Raiders. Man, they were getting obliterated, and the fans were absolutely loving it and cheering every single chop across the chest. Ooh, Drew McIntyre with a nice spine buster, planting Ivar in the ring, and then tags his homie Sheamus. And now you got Drew McIntyre like this, cheering his man Sheamus, pointing, pointing at him. Sheamus leaps off the third rope, bro, a flying knee that lands on Ivar's face. Ivar kicked out, and Eric tried to break it up simultaneously, so the match continues. But man, that knee coming down from the third rope, courtesy of Sheamus onto Ivar's face, bro, that is risk injury prone. I would not have done that. Sheamus getting hyped after he just suplexed Eric. Eric is now the legal man after getting tagged in by Ivar, and now chanting the bro kick, I believe. Got the bro kick. Ooh, nice going. Ooh, boom, boom. Got the crowd into it. Oh man, what a botched move. Oh man, Eric was supposed to catch Sheamus in the air, which he did. But then when he went to throw Sheamus in for the power bomb, I guess he couldn't handle the body weight, and he accidentally drops Sheamus on the ropes. Then he lifts him back up though, and then performs the actual power bomb that he was supposed to do the first time. And then he goes for a pin, and then after that, Sheamus kicks out after two. So a big time botch, but at least he, was able to clean it up a little bit and kind of perform the move again to get him into it. So pretty good tag team match here. So far, this is the second match of the evening, and it's been a tag team match. Oh man, Eric leaps off the rope, and then on the way down, Sheamus leaps up and plants a knee into the face of Eric. Was it Eric or Ivar? Now we got it was Eric, and then now we got 3, 2, 1 being chanted by Drew McIntyre in the audience, but then Eric gets pulled out by his partner Ivar. And then after that, you got Drew McIntyre flying over the third rope and lays out both of the Viking Raiders members. Now you got Ivar and Eric both laid out courtesy of the high aerial moves of Drew McIntyre leaping over the third rope, Undertaker style, with the arms back, leaning out there like woo, like an eagle just flying across the ring. Oh man! And now the girl that accompanies the Viking Raiders is up on the apron over here, talking smack to Drew McIntyre's face, creating a distraction over here. The distraction was enough so that he got planted by Eric, and now we got Ivar on the ropes. Eric is giving Drew McIntyre is planting Drew McIntyre into the arms of Ivar, and Ivar is on the second rope now. Oh man, and he does the slam off the second rope. But Sheamus comes into the rescue. Good old Sheamus breaking up the 3 count. Oh man. Oof. Man, Sheamus shoulder first into the ring post. Man, you can hear that across the stadium. Then Ivar with a spin kick that plants Sheamus to the ground. Oof. Man, this match is crazy right now. I would have never thought that the Viking Raiders would have gave Sheamus and Drew McIntyre a good match and also a possible run for their money. Oh my goodness. What a match going on here. A Viking splash off the top ropes. And Drew McIntyre kicks out. Pure resiliency and pure reflex right here at that point. Because, man, Ivar leaped off the third rope so nasty and splashed on top of Drew McIntyre, and there was no Sheamus around in the area. So I honestly thought that the match was going to end off of this third rope splash. Drew McIntyre is still keeping the match alive for his tag team. Now we got Eric tagged in, I should say. We got him tagged in. Oh, they're trying to lift Drew McIntyre up for a double spine buster, possibly. Oh, but Sheamus gets in, kicks Ivar, and then all of a sudden, a Claymore kick performed to Eric across his face. Drew McIntyre goes for the pin and gets the 1, 2, 3. Woo! What a victory! Sheamus and Drew McIntyre getting a nice victory over the Viking Raiders, who, for a moment, the Viking Raiders appeared to look like they were going to get the victory. They ended up not getting the win, and Sheamus and Drew McIntyre come up big time in this tag team match. Oh, so it looks like the move that they were trying to perform is called the Ragnarok. That's what Michael Cole just said. So the Ragnarok was attempted to be performed by Eric and Ivar from the Viking Raiders, but because Sheamus came in, kicked Ivar across the face with the bro kick, and then right after, the Claymore kick was performed by Drew McIntyre across the face of Eric. Then he goes for the immediate pin, and at that point, that's how they got the victory. So courtesy of the bro kick and the Claymore kick, gets the job done in this tag team match. What a nice SmackDown match. This one was a banger, and also the tag team match earlier with Natalia and Shotzi versus Shayna and Ronda. Shayna and Ronda find a way to get the victory. It almost looked like they were going to lose because Natalia honestly had the sharpshooter performed for a long period of time on Ronda. And prior to that, Ronda was grabbing her knee and she was grabbing her neck area because in the match, she caught a nasty DDT on the outside apron portion of the ring. And she looked like she had caught a massive neck injury or possible concussion, but somehow they found a way to win the match. I just won't be surprised though if she ends up saying that she has a real injury after that match. Now they're showing the recap of the Royal Rumble from last month when Sami Zayn stopped Roman Reigns from attacking KO Kevin Owens, who was chained up on the third ropes with the handcuffs, and Roman was about to do a chair shot across his face of Kevin Owens' face, and Sami Zayn stepped in. Then he takes the chair shot, acted like he was going to do the dirty work, and ends up attacking Roman Reigns in the upper back. And then, of course, as you know, that's when Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa then attack Sami Zayn, and then Jey Uso ends up leaving the ring. So that is what had happened at the Rumble, and that's the highlights that they're currently showing right now as we speak. Woo! All right, while they're showing that, let me see what's going on here. Hold on a second. Looks like my TV had blinked. My monitor had blinked for a second. Everything turned black on the screen. I thought I lost you guys for a second. I don't think I did. I think maybe that was just on my end. Maybe because I didn't move the mouse for such a long period of time that the screen was kind of going into what was it going into what do you call that screensaver mode? Yeah, I think my screen was just a screensaver mode. But nonetheless, we didn't lose connection. Thank goodness. I was double checking my laptop because, as you guys know, I always have a bad reputation of forgetting to plug in the laptop. But it was definitely not the laptop because the laptop is actually plugged in, as I see, and everything else is plugged in as well, including the microphone and the visual here with the camera. So I think it was just a matter of it blinked for a second. I think that's all it was. Nothing more, nothing less. You guys still here, so thank you very much for not leaving for that split second that the screen kind of like went into sleep mode for me over here. Right now, they're still showing recaps of the bloodline, everything leading up with Sami Zayn. Again, Sami Zayn is expected to be here later on tonight. He's not going to be here, of course, competing, but he will be here later on tonight. And when he's here, he's going to be here, I guess, to further discuss what's going to happen tomorrow night and kind of maybe do also a little bit of a recap for a conversation that he had this Monday night. If you missed Monday Night Raw, Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn had a little bit of an intimate moment. If you missed it, I gave the play-by-play highlights of that conversation as well as the entire 3-hour Raw on both YouTube and Facebook. Let me actually take a moment to see if I have the link here that I can just throw it into the Just throw it right here into the chat. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna throw it into the chat real quick. Let me see. Sami Zayn, is he coming up next? Nah, not yet. Not yet. Not just yet. Let me see that next. Is this Oscar? Yeah, looks like Oscar's coming out. I can't tell anymore half the time with Oscar because she keeps changing her theme music, and then she keeps coming out with like different masks, with a different mask every time. Yep, but it's Oscar. It is definitely Oscar. Asuka, of course, being one of the six entries. She is one of the six women that will be in the Elimination Chamber match. And the winner, if you didn't know already, will get the number one contendership. That's right. The winner of that six women chamber match will get a title shot at WrestleMania. And the shot will be, of course, against Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. Because as you guys already know, Rhea Ripley won the Royal Rumble, and Rhea Ripley decided to go with Charlotte Flair one-on-one at Mania for the SmackDown title. So the winner of this match tomorrow night will then face will face Raw, Bianca Belair as Bianca Belair, the Raw champion, I should say. That's who will be facing the person that comes out victorious in this elimination chamber. It looks like right now we're gonna have a match from Asuka going one-on-one with Liv Morgan. This is, of course, not anything regarding qualifiers because both women are already in the chamber match, so they're not doing any qualifiers here tonight. I just find it ironic that they brought Asuka back, and Asuka is a heel rather than a face, because normally she's been a face for like what almost the entire existence of her being in WWE, and now it's like they got her as a heel now for like the last month or so. So that's interesting. She's going one on one in just a moment against Liv Morgan. But right now, it looks like it's going to be a commercial break. So I'm going to take a moment here and see. Let me see, make sure we don't got anything else we need to discuss prior to them coming back. Let me actually also get you guys the link. Where's the link that I was looking for? Let me see. Um, let's see. Trying to get you guys that video of Raw. Pause. Trying to get you that live video of WWE Raw. Let's get that here. All right, guys. So this is, let's see. Let me hit share. Let's see. Where's the link? All right, copy it right here for you guys. Just in case, man. If you guys missed it, here's the link. All right. So this link right here, just click on this link. This link is in the chat. If you missed Raw last week and you need the live updates, I spoke every single match and also any interferences, also any new build-ups, anything going on with also with Sami Zayn, etc. Click on that link. That link is going to take you to the after you're done, of course, watching this one here, because this one we're giving you the SmackDown updates. But if you missed Raw, as soon as this video is done that we're doing right now on the live stream, click on the link in the chat, and that'll take you directly to that video of Raw, giving you all the highlights, the surprises, all the build up leading into this week for the pay-per-view. So it's gonna be a good pay-per-view, I think, honestly. You got like two chamber matches. You also got a tag team match between Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley versus Edge and Beth Phoenix. I didn't know that match initially was even gonna happen. But yeah, that's on the card. We got Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley going one-on-one. And if you just tuned in, the winner of that match, Bray Wyatt essentially wants to face the winner of Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. So that match has a little bit more excitement now. So you got that singles match with that stipulation. You got the tag team match I just mentioned. You got the two chamber matches. I'm trying to think, is there any titles? Oh, I think the United States. Wait, I think is the U.S. title on the line? Yeah, I believe it's on the line at the actually the U.S. title. I think it's one of the chamber matches. Let me see, Chamber 2023. Let me see if I can find the matches real quick. Let me see. Chamber matches. All right, let me see if this one tells us. Let's see. Does this have anything? This one should be it. Says two elimination chamber matches have been announced. Oh yeah, so one of the chamber matches, the one for the men, the men's chamber match is going to be the United States champion Austin Theory defending his title against Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and then a couple of other people in that match. So yeah, so then the one for the men is going to be an actual title on the line. The one for the women, as I stated before, is a number one contender, and they get to choose. Well, they get to fight for the Raw championship. All right, we're back from commercial break. It looks like we have Kayla. I think Kayla Braxton is her name. Oh, and Rey Mysterio was on SmackDown tonight. Rey Mysterio showing up for the event. Hold up. Oh, Escobar I think it was last Friday, gave the. I don't even remember this. Escobar gave Rey Mysterio. It looks like Escobar gave the mask of Rey Mysterio back to Rey Mysterio. Says, I can't. I guess I can't represent this because this is your legacy and it represents who you are. And basically trying to say, I guess, that he can't fulfill his shoes. You know what I'm saying? Now Rey Mysterio is saying that competition and respect is always welcomed here, and then of course he gets interrupted by the disrespectful idiot Karrion Cross. Oh man, Karrion Cross talking a lot of smoke right now. He said that at one point he wanted to have kids, but when he saw how Rey Mysterio's son, aka Dominic, disrespected Rey week after week, he says, I don't think I could I don't think I could have a situation like that happen to me, to be a pathetic, bad excuse of a father, talking all this trash to Rey Mysterio. And of course, he's got Scarlett on his side over here, smiling and kind of like laughing at everything that Karrion is saying. Man, Karrion Cross talking a lot of smack right now. Oh man, and Rey Mysterio didn't even say much after that. He just looked real pissed off, but at the same time, he also looked like he was shedding a tear, like he was crying. And I'm like, yo, Rey Mysterio isn't that going to respond, bro? That's crazy. And now we got Asuka, who's been waiting all this time for Liv Morgan to come out. Bro, she's been in that ring for like 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, don't get me wrong, Liv Morgan, she's cute, she's worth the wait. But Asuka's been in that ring for at least 10 minutes. Sheesh, Liv Morgan. Man, I still remember the day I met her live and in person. Holy. Just a reminder, Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, Natalia, Carmella, Asuka, and Raquel Rodriguez are the 6 women who qualified into this match for the chamber for tomorrow. And we've got Carmella actually ringside right now. Oh my gosh. Carmella's over here telling Wade Barrett to stop simping over her. Wade Barrett was just trying to give her some credit, which I don't know how much credit she deserves. She don't do much, but he was trying to give Carmella a little bit of credit on what she's done in the WWE. And she's over here saying, don't simp on me because she says she's already married to the best commentator in the world, aka Corey Groves, who's one of the ring announcers, of course, on Raw, the Monday night show. So Carmella is nuts. I don't think Wade Barrett is interested like that. Not that she's not cute, but Wade Barrett is not simping. Now Carmella talking smack about Raquel because Wade Barrett was trying to give Raquel props, and then she says that's why you're one of the worst commentators of all time because Raquel has a disadvantage in this match, not an advantage regarding the chamber match that they're in for tomorrow night. Ooh, a couple of smacks across the face though, between Liv and Asuka. And then Liv goes for a kick, Asuka blocks it, and then sends Liv across a nice German. Asuka takes Liv down and then tries to go for a quick pin, but it's a kick out after one. Oh my gosh. Carmella says, what in the booty cheeks is she doing out here? What? She's over here talking about Raquel. Not Carmella trying to eat up her own words because she was talking smack about Raquel. Raquel came out here to contest, and Carmella's like, "No, you've got a big back. You know, you got a nice big back. You're amazing." Oh my God, what is going on here? We got Nikki Cross out at ringside over here trying to kiss Michael Cole or trying to bite his hair or something. I don't know what she's doing. Now she's going crazy over at the commentator's desk. Carmella's over here just basically eating up her own booty, not literally, but basically like talking highly of her own self. Raquel's still at ringside, and then the match is still going on in the middle of the ring between Liv Morgan and Asuka. So a whole bunch of distractions on the outside of the ring while this match is going on. Oh my gosh. Now Carmella is saying that everyone's talking about Carmella because nobody cares about Asuka, nobody cares about Liv, nobody cares about Nikki. Anyways, let me try to get back to this match because Carmella is a huge distraction. Man, Asuka gets planted by Liv Morgan nasty off the ropes, goes for the pin and almost gets the victory, but she kicks out. I don't know why they keep bringing all these women into the matches. Like every time they have one, two of the girls that are in the chamber match have a singles woman competition one on one, they keep bringing out all these other chicks to just come out here and basically either create a distraction or interfere or act like lumberjacks when it's not even a lumberjack match. I don't know. Just let the people in the match have a match. You know what I'm saying? Woo! All right, we got a couple of comments here that dropped. Let me go ahead and read some of these real quick because we are on a commercial break. By the way, guys, if you're just tuning in again, Roman Reigns 901. I know I put 900 because it was yesterday. It was 900, but today 901 days as the champion, my friends. Will he retain tomorrow? Will he also retain at Mania? We'll see. But Kyle over here says, "How's it going?" He says he just got up, and then he says, "You can't wait for you can't wait for guys." By the way, I have to allow on the verbiage a little bit because sometimes the typing that comes in may not always make sense. But basically, what he's asking or stating is that he cannot wait to see Roman Reigns lose tomorrow. Says, um, and then from here he says he believes that Sami Zayn is going to defeat Roman Reigns, and he hopes that he cheats to win the title. So there's a big possibility that if Roman Reigns loses and Sami Zayn actually finds a way to win the title, I'm thinking Jey Uso is going to be the factor in the match, and I think that Jey Uso would be the one to cost Roman Reigns the title because again, Sami Zayn has almost convinced Jey Uso that Jey Uso, to some degree, is the tribal chief. Now, what do I mean by that? When they had a conversation backstage about 2 weeks ago, roughly on SmackDown, they were having a private talk with no one else around. And during that discussion, Sami Zayn says that he acknowledges Jey Uso. So the same way that they always say to Roman Reigns, acknowledge me as an acknowledge your tribal chief, Sami Zayn was trying to say that the torch needs to be passed down to Jey Uso because he believes that Jey Uso would be basically a better leader, and he acknowledges Jey Uso. So I think that if there's any possibility of Sami Zayn winning, it almost has to be by interference, kind of like what Kyle was saying. We kind of discussed that a little bit last week and the week before. But yes, it has to be interference, has to be Jey Uso, and it has to be like um I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way of how it could all work out in that storyline. But yeah, essentially Sami Zayn's got to cheat to win, and he's gonna need Jey Uso in his corner. That's essentially what it kind of breaks down to. So we'll see, man. We will see, because that's going to be interesting tomorrow night. But I also want to see what's going to happen here tonight, because tonight you got Sami Zayn coming out later on to have a little bit of a pep talk with the fans. So we're gonna see what he has to say later. We're back from commercial break, and right now Natalia shows up at ringside again. All the women for chamber match again, outside creating distractions. Liv Morgan over here chopping Asuka across the abdomen area a few times. Asuka then chops Liv Morgan on the back a couple times. Liv throws Asuka to the corner and then lands on top of her. No pun intended. Then a running knee to the face of Asuka. And then Nikki crosses over here, grabbing Michael Cole's hand, making him feel weird. Oh man. And a nasty kick across, or a knee across the face of Liv. And Liv kicks out after two. And they already showed the chamber actually on the top of the stadium in the SmackDown arena, because Montreal, Quebec is not only hosting SmackDown tonight, but they're also the ones that are going to be hosting the pay-per-view for the chamber match tomorrow night in the same exact stadium, in the same exact place. Now Carmella's talking smack about Nikki Cross, saying that Nikki Cross needs to be escorted out of here. Oh my gosh, Carmella just throwing a whole bunch of nasty low blows to Wade Barrett, saying he's the worst commentator of all time, saying she's got a better marriage history than he does. God bless, man. Carmella's disrespectful. Oh man, Asuka gets smacked hard across the face by Liv Morgan, and she's over here smiling, and Liv Morgan smiling back at her like, "Yeah, you like that?" Oh man, a couple of spinning punches across the face of Liv Morgan by Asuka, then a kick to the abdomen area. But now Liv Morgan returning a couple of punches. Oh, and then Liv with a kick to the abdomen of Asuka, and then a Itzaguri performed on Asuka. And Nikki Cross on the outside, they're showing her cheering on like a happy kid getting candy. I'm not gonna lie, I hated the Nikki Cross psychopath image at first, but it's kind of becoming a little bit comedic. It kind of growing on me a little bit. Oh, and now Liv Morgan leaping off the ropes, nice little missile drop kick across the face of Oscar. Oh, now Liv bounces off the second rope while she was holding Oscar's arm, and then gets the two knees in Oscar's face. Oh, and now Oscar looking to reverse this move on Liv. She does. Goes, looks like a spinning kick that misses. Oscar gets put into a pin. Oh, it's a kick out. Oh no, now Liv Morgan is being put in the submission. Oh my gosh. They put Liv in this submission hold again, and they made her lose again to Oscar. Bro, Oscar defeated Liv Morgan when it was the 3-on-3 6-woman tag team match with the same submission hold, and almost broke Liv Morgan in half. And last week, Liv Morgan literally looked like her shoulder came out of place. This week, she does the same thing and wins. She's got 2 victories over Liv. Oh man, now Carmella attacks Oscar. Natalia attacks Carmella. Nikki attacks Natalia. Raquel Rodriguez attacks Nikki Cross. Oh, now Raquel is left alone with Liv Morgan. And she extends a hand out like this to Liv Morgan. And Liv looking up at her like she's not sure if she should trust her. And now Raquel pointing to the top. Oh, and Liv Morgan, after she just got an assist by Raquel, catches the knees to the face by Liv, and then catches a kick to the face by by Oscar. So Raquel goes flying out the ring. And now the last two women in the ring, Liv Morgan and Oscar, both looking up at the chamber. The chamber is way up high into the rafters. And I guess the last two women standing are Liv Morgan and Oscar. And Liv Morgan is starting to roll out of the ring to head out. But it looks like the women have their hearts and minds set, looking up at the chamber, ready for the match tomorrow night. I'm telling you, that women's match is going to be crazy. Chamber match with the women is going to be insane. And the guys, the men's match is going to be insane too. Got some great contenders in that one as well. All right, they got this guy named Ariel Helwani. I don't know who this guy is, but he's holding a microphone trying to get the fans' attention. Fans are out there cheering him on. All right, while that's going on, I'm gonna go ahead and drink some water real quick. Give me a second here. All right, so now we got Gunther. We got him getting interviewed backstage, and they asked him, "You're about to defend your title. What do you think about Madcap Moss?" And he says for 250 days he's been dominating as the champ, holding the Intercontinental title for that long, almost a year. I think he might be either one of the longest, if not possibly the longest reigning Intercontinental champion. That's Gunther from Imperium. And then he also says that, yeah, Madcap Moss, he got a victory last week, and he's got a lot of inspirational words this week. And, that sounds all nice and cute, right? He goes, but I've been rocking this title for 250 days. Oh, and Michael Cole actually just stated that Gunther, aka I call him Gunther, but Gunther is actually the number one longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. So yes, Gunther, aka I call him Gunther, he is the longest reigning champ, and he even said himself, Madcap Moss may be inspired. He may have some great words. He may be ready for this match, etc., etc. Right? He says, however, I've been the champ for about 250 days and still counting. And he says he's going to continue to represent the title. He's going to continue to win. No one has yet been able to defeat him, which is facts. That is very true. So he says that it's not going to be any different tonight when he defends it here on SmackDown. And that title is going to be on the title tonight, but will not be on the line at the pay-per-view tomorrow night. So if he successfully defends tonight, that would mean that since he's not going to have to defend it tomorrow, he will more than likely hold that title leading into WrestleMania. So he may by that time he may be at around 280, maybe 290 days as the champ. So yeah, man, Gunther might potentially hit a 1 year marker if he retains tonight and also retains at WrestleMania. Might end up hitting a year. No one has ever hit 250 days with the title, and no one has ever hit a year with the IC. This is the IC championship. So that would be insane if he was to hold this title almost as long as one of the as holding the title almost as long as if it were a heavyweight championship, putting some serious icing on the cake when it comes to leveling up this championship. And eventually they might do the same thing with the US title. Let me see what other comments we got here because it's a commercial break. So what do we got? We got Kyle Andrade says he's got a question. I really hope Sami Zayn gets the win. Says already in Canada. It's crazy. That's fast. Put the game in right now. Yeah. So the pay-per-view is in Montreal, Quebec. They were last, what was it? Not last week, I was gonna say this Monday, they were in Brooklyn, New York. Then tonight they are in Montreal, Quebec. And tomorrow night they will again be in Montreal, Quebec because they'll be hosting the pay-per-view there as well. So it's gonna be a good one. I'm honestly looking very forward to that pay-per-view. And so far, SmackDown tonight has been pretty good. Sometimes with SmackDown, it's like a hit or miss. Tonight, I would say it's been a hit. It's been a pretty good hit. It's still commercial. Yep, looks like it's still commercial break. Yep, but it's still commercial break right now. So still no Sami Zayn. However, he is expected to be here tonight. Probably what they're gonna do is this Sami Zayn is gonna be maybe the last 10 minutes of SmackDown. And if he is, I would assume that means that Roman Reigns is gonna jump him or Jey Uso might jump him. But I really think it's gonna be Roman Reigns that's gonna jump him. And I say that because the tribal chief is the tribal chief had warned Jimmy Uso last SmackDown. He basically called Paul Heyman on the phone and told Paul Heyman, aka the Wise Man, he says to him that to tell Jimmy to basically stay home next week, which is tonight. He said that last Friday, so he wants him to stay home tonight. He says, "Watch the show, and I want you to see everything because I want you to see things that maybe you don't see when you're here live and in person." So Jimmy Uso should not be here tonight, but Roman Reigns and the Wise Man more than likely will be here tonight. And Sami Zayn has already been announced that he will be here tonight. So once Sami Zayn comes out and starts having his little, pep talk to himself in front of the fans, I believe that's when Roman Reigns is going to jump out and attack Sami Zayn, and that's going to lead into the pay-per-view for tomorrow. And I think that's how they're going to close out SmackDown. That hasn't happened yet, but I believe that's what's coming on the way, and I believe that's possibly going to be the ending of SmackDown. As far as it goes right now, what time are we on? We're actually at 9:31 p.m. Eastern time, so there's roughly about 29, 30 minutes left to go on SmackDown. As that goes on, I'm trying to think what other matches does SmackDown have lined up for tonight. Let me see here. All right, trying to refresh my connection here because now all of a sudden my connection is starting to freeze up. So I can't tell what exactly is going on SmackDown. I don't know if they're showing the recap of Bray Wyatt and the whole situation that happened earlier. Um, oh no, I think that was on another channel. So there's another channel that's also SmackDown, but they're like 30 minutes behind. So I'm not going back to that one. All right, so here we go. We got Gunther's already in the ring. He's been accompanied to the ring by his members of Imperium, who is Ludwig Kaiser and also Giovanni Vinci. And now we got Madcap Moss's music is playing. So Madcap is about to be on the way to the ring. And the match has not yet started. So I'm wondering why. I don't know why my stuff be freezing up. It's so stupid sometimes. But let me see. Madcap Moss. Yeah, Madcap Moss is still on his way to the ring. I don't know. I might have to refresh again. And he's being accompanied to the ring by his girlfriend Emma, supposed girlfriend Emma, because I've never actually seen them like kiss or anything like that. But anytime that they come out together, she's always calling him babe. He's always, acting like that's his girlfriend, even though they never really kissed or touched each other in any type of inappropriate ways. But maybe they are together. Who knows? Not sure. But they claim to be in somewhat of some type of a relationship. So I'm not even sure if they are or if they're not. Let me see. Man, I don't know why this thing is like freezing up so much. It's weird because everything was working perfectly fine, and now all of a sudden, my programming is just starting to freeze up. Right now, it was showing Madcap Moss already about to be in the ring with Gunther. I'm waiting for it to refresh. Let me see if while that's refreshing, let me go ahead and take a moment to see if the website that I used to use maybe or maybe I have too many tabs open. Let me close some tabs out here. Let's see. All right, looks like it's back in action. Looks like Gunther, a couple of chops across the chest of Madcap Moss, and then Madcap explodes out of the corner and starts attacking Gunther. And now Madcap shoves Gunther into the corner. Couple of nice little shoulder hits in the abdomen area. Woo! Oh, and now Gunther trying to do a little bit of offense here with a nice little forearm across the chest of Madcap, and then there's a snapmare takedown to Madcap into a submission hold where he's choking out Madcap Moss right now. Not gonna lie, Madcap Moss is not a small guy, but pause, no pun intended. But neither is Gunther. These two guys are absolute monsters in the ring. Although Gunther, I think, has the better experience of the two. Well, now we got a couple of forearms going across the face of Gunther. Woo! Madcap shoves Gunther to the ropes, then he bounces off the ropes and shoves Madcap Oh my gosh. And then a chop across the face of Madcap Moss, and then a big boot across the face of Madcap Moss. So Gunther right now dominating this match with hellacious shots all across the face of Madcap. Now that he's got Madcap in a nice chokehold again. Got a nice little tight hold here. Madcap is getting on his feet, trying to get out of it. Gunther was about to be lifted, but then he comes down. Pause. Woo! Takes Madcap down for just a quick second, but then Madcap now getting a little bit of momentum on his side. Man, he shoves Gunther to the corner, attacks the abdomen area again, then goes to the other corner, attacks the abdomen area again. Then he goes to attack Gunther again for a third time in the abdomen area, but this time Gunther stops him and drags him down to the mat. Madcap out here really trying to take it to Gunther tonight. He's really trying to give him some competition in this championship match. Madcap running rope to rope and ducks under a few times under Gunther. Then Gunther he lifts Gunther in the air and spine buster, a massive spine buster in the center of the ring. Tries to go for a pin, but Gunther kicks out. Then he runs towards Gunther and knocks him out of the ring. Gunther out there looking a little bit tired, looking a little bit fatigued. While we got Madcap Moss having a lot of the momentum here, creating a lot of action. Man, Madcap Moss trying to be the champ. Madcap trying to get the victory or what? Sheesh, man, oh man. I think the itis is starting to hit me real good right now. I don't know. Lately for Smackdowns, the itis has been hitting me. I'm getting that feeling of sleepiness. Luckily, SmackDown, it didn't just start. But man, let me see what Kyle has to say. I think I already read that one. I read that one. All right. He says it's going to be the latest talk. Oh, he was referring to what I was saying earlier about how Sami Zayn is coming out later on tonight so that he could go ahead and give his two-piece on what he thinks is going to happen tomorrow night for the pay-per-view. So Sami Zayn is going to be scheduled. I think I would probably say after this match because I don't think there's any other. Well, first off, I don't think there's any other special guest appearances or any other wrestlers coming out to have any conversation other than Sami Zayn. And then also with that, I don't think there's any other matches, to my knowledge, lined up. So it's very possible that yeah, it's very possible that after this match with Gunther, which is a good match so far, for the Intercontinental Championship, I think after that it'll probably go into a commercial break for a bit, and then when it returns, then it will be Sami Zayn's time to shine. Woo! Oh man. Tell you what, must have had a long day and a long week. I think it's been a long time since I've had a live stream and felt such a level of like sleepiness. You know what I'm saying? It's been a very, very long time. Usually it happens to me at like pay-per-view, like after like the second or third hour in. Um, but for Smackdowns are shorter WWE content. So I'm surprised the itis is hitting me like this. Might have been a long day for me. I don't know. Well, still on commercial breaks. Yep, still on commercial break, my friends. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can pull this up on my other phone, just in case that the primary phone ends up, um, you know, continuing to freeze like this. I don't want to miss any of the action. But I can't believe McDonald's got a commercial promoting uh, a meal that's called the Cardi B and Offset meal. What? My goodness. Those are like the two worst role models to have. SmackDown is like, well, not SmackDown. I was gonna say SmackDown's freezing up. It's not SmackDown. It's how do I say? It's the phone that's freezing up. I'll tell you, man. I think the reason also sometimes my content that I'm watching is lagging like this is because I got so much stuff saved on the memory. I got to start like deleting stuff, uninstalling some apps. Just too much garbage. Much garbage on the phones. Well, the match is back from commercial break. Let's hope that it doesn't freeze now. Madcap and Gunther in the center of the ring. Man, and Gunther, another chop across the chest of Madcap Moss. It's like this guy's a butcher out here chopping meat. No pun intended. Madcap trying to get a vertical suplex on Gunther. Man, he actually got him with a nice vertical and held him up for a few seconds. Gunther, of course, had to use a little bit of momentum to get himself off the ground, too. And then Gunther gets wrapped up in a nice neck breaker by Madcap Moss. I'll tell you what, man. Madcap Moss is doing a lot better in this match than I expected. And also, I think Gunther is doing a really good job of selling Madcap's moves to make him look even better than what he actually is. And that's always a good thing to have, is a guy that not only makes himself look good, but he also makes the other guy look good when he catches his moves, no pun intended. So that way, they can give him a boost. Oh, he's got Gunther up. He's gonna get him in a suplex. Gunther back on his feet. Ooh, woo, man, that chop. Oh my god, yo, Gunther be chopping people sometimes worse than Ric Flair. Man, he be chopping them up for real, for real. My goodness. Gunther was heading to the top rope for a high risk maneuver, but Madcap Moss got back on his feet. So a couple of forearm shots across the face that takes Gunther back down to the apron area. Oh wow! And then all of a sudden, Madcap Moss try to climb to the top, and Gunther chops him across the abdomen area, just lighting him up like fireworks right now. Whoa! Madcap Moss meets Gunther back at the top rope again, maybe for a superplex. Whoa! Gunther looked like he might fall. Oh, he did the Razor Ramon fall away slam off the second rope on Gunther. Goes for the pin, and Gunther with a kick too. Yo, what is going on in this match? Madcap Moss out here, he's making him look like a rookie out here. What is going on in this match? Holy, this is crazy. Now Gunther has got a sleeper hold on Madcap Moss. This is very interesting. I got Gunther trying to put Madcap Moss to tap out. Got the Sami Zayn chance in Montreal, Quebec, even though Sammy's not even out here. Oh my gosh. And then Gunther with a power bomb on Madcap Moss that turns into a pin. So a power bomb pin move. Emma looking absolutely distraught because Madcap Moss loses. Gunther's still the champ, but I'll tell you what, Gunther was not looking like the champ there tonight. Whew. Madcap was taking it to this guy, bro. No pun intended, but he was obliterating this guy. My goodness. Man, oh man. Good job though by Madcap Moss trying to show, you know, trying to prove himself basically. Well, guys, they're saying it's a feel good story coming up. So I guess Sami Zayn's coming up soon, and there's only 15 minutes left on SmackDown. So again, they're probably going to go on commercial break, like I said, and then they'll do that for about 5 minutes. and then it'll be 9:50. So that'll leave us with 10 minutes, and that will be Sami Zayn more than likely closing out the show. So with that being said, that looks like that's gonna wrap it up in just a moment. Not yet though. Stay tuned. We want to see if Sami Zayn is gonna be attacked from behind, from possibly Roman Reigns or even possibly Jey Uso. So it is not done just yet, but we are getting to the latter portion of SmackDown. Let me go ahead and get another drink of water here. Give me 1 second. Woo! It's been a really good SmackDown so far. I would say no disappointment so far on SmackDown, ironically. I think SmackDown has been that good. I honestly think SmackDown has been that good tonight. And that's not even like an exaggeration or that's not even like finessing or anything. It's been that good. Yeah, right. They got an Arby's commercial where they were showing like the cheeseburger or whatever they got, and they're like, "Holy!" And they're like, "Arby has the meats." Pause. Now they're giving a commercial about fetting, if you know what I mean. I'll be honest, man. A lot of people have been getting caught up with that stuff. They've been getting sick. Be careful out there, guys. Be careful. Say no to you know what. It's been a lot of craziness going on lately. Oh, still commercial break right now. Still commercial break. Just getting a couple of things here to charge up. Getting different devices to charge. Even though I am gonna be ending the live stream shortly after Sami Zayn. Just getting some things charged up for later on tonight. Gonna be doing some music. For those of you that don't know, I also do music as well. So for those of you who don't know, I do rap music as far as like recording my lyrics, make beats sometimes, and now been doing some mixing and mastering to get myself to be self-reliant and self-sufficient on releasing more music. So if you guys are ever interested in listening to my music, it is available on Spotify under the name Ola. That is the artist name. Now, of course, we're talking about SmackDown here tonight, but just saying, for those who love to show support, it's another way you can show support. Stream some music. All right, we're back from commercial break on this one. So let me see if we got Sami Zayn coming out. We've got Travis Kelsey and Patrick Mahomes showing off their WWE Championship titles that the WWE gave them after they won the championship, as you know, for the NFL Super Bowl against the Eagles. So they've been getting a lot of attention. Ooh, they're showing the Rhea Ripley 2023 Royal Rumble winner face to face next week on Fox with the current WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. That is next week on SmackDown. Looks like they're gonna have a little one-on-one discussion because lately they've been talking smack about each other. Next week we've got Bray Wyatt with the Funhouse again. So the Firefly Funhouse is coming back again. That's gonna be interesting. Bring it back to Firefly Funhouse. Okay, got that Firefly Funhouse coming next week. We got Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair showing up next week, and then a couple of other things they mentioned that's coming up next week. So next week's SmackDown should be just as good. Can't wait for that. Oh, we got Sami Zayn, and the fans are going crazy right now for Sami Zayn. They are losing their minds right now. Oh, but Sami Zayn, I don't see him. Oh, there he is. I thought he got jumped backstage or something like that. Sami Zayn out here with a happy look on his face, and the fans are jumping up and down, cheering him on. The fans are chanting Sami Zayn's song. They're like, oh, 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 oh. It has no words. It literally has no lyrics, no words, no nothing. But yet they're chanting the beat, the instrumental of his song. And now Sami Zayn on his way to the ring, and the crowd's getting crazy. Oh, he just botched. He just botched. He was trying to leap over the third rope, and he ends up getting stuck on the third rope. And he tried to play it off, and he tried to raise his arms up, acting like he did that on purpose. But nonetheless, the fans are still chanting on his music. They're literally chanting this guy's instrumental to his music, the beat. That's funny. Oh man. All right, let's see what Sami Zayn has got to say here tonight. All right, man. It's the final what? Final 10? Final 9 minutes of SmackDown. Let's see what Sami Zayn's got to say, and let's see if he gets attacked tonight on SmackDown by either Roman Reigns or Jey Uso. I think Roman is going to show up tonight unexpectedly, and he's going to attack Sami Zayn maybe halfway through the speech or maybe towards the latter part of the speech. Here we go. Let's see. And the fans are still chanting something in the audience. Sami Zayn just staying quiet right now, just listening to what the fans are chanting. I wonder if he's a home native. Where's Sami Zayn from? Is he from Montreal, Quebec? Let me see. Where is Sami Zayn from? Sami Zayn. Oh, it says he is. Yeah, he's a Canadian professional wrestler. I thought he was Arabic at first because that's what it looks like it listed next to his birth date of July 12th, 1984. But no, it says he's Canadian. Okay, so then that makes sense why the fans are chanting. Like, I guess it's maybe his theme song is like a Canadian, like known song, or a Canadian national song, or an instrumental that maybe sounds like a Canadian song that's familiar. So maybe that's why they were cheering him on like that, or maybe it's just maybe they're just doing a Canadian national anthem. But yeah, he's in tears right now. He's a little bit emotional. They're in Montreal, Quebec. So technically, he is the home turf hero. So meaning not only is he the home turf hero for tonight on SmackDown, but tomorrow when he goes up against Roman Reigns is the one that's going to be the one on the road, uh, and technically Roman Reigns is Samoan, but he's also American. So Sami Zayn will be the hero tomorrow night, trying to dethrone Roman Reigns. Tomorrow will make 902 days, and the fans are now chanting, "You deserve it. You deserve it." So they're giving a standing ovation, a standing chant, like for the past at least 4 or 5 minutes in a row now. And Sami Zayn hasn't even said a word just yet. He has not yet said anything. These fans are going to be crazy electric tomorrow night for the pay-per-view, considering that Sami Zayn is their hometown hero. Man, they're chanting hard. He still hasn't said anything. Sami Zayn has not yet said a word. Mad love and support. Getting a whole lot of love out here. They're like, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. You got some chants going on again. I guess Sami Zayn's not gonna. Yo, If Sami Zayn's not gonna talk, Roman Reigns about to jump in the ring and break up this party. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey. I wonder if WWE expected that the fans would be chanting this much, and maybe that's why they didn't make too much material for Sami Zayn, or maybe Sami Zayn had a lot of material and he's gonna have to cut it short, considering that the fans have got him in a very emotional, very loving kind of state of mind right now. You know, they're screaming, they're cheering, they're whistling, they're chanting, and he hasn't spoken one word yet, not one. We the ones, but they haven't spoken one word yet. That'd be crazy if they just let this whole segment just go all the way to the end of SmackDown with him just getting like all this positive, reinforcement from the fans without even saying a word. Like maybe they're just gonna end SmackDown like that. That'd be crazy. That would be pretty insane. Well, while that's going on, since he hasn't spoken yet, let me see what were the last couple of comments that dropped here. Kyle says, seeing this is going to be a big stadium. It's going to be loud. It's going to be crazy. He says it's in the Dayton Toyota. Then he says, yeah, Sami Zayn's from Canada. To answer your question, Kyle Andrade. Oh, we got Sami Zayn talking now. Hold up. That leaves about 3 minutes. He says, saying year after year, we tell everybody that this is the most important part of the year, which is WrestleMania. He says, for me and for this city, tomorrow is once in a lifetime for him to do it all, to win it all in his hometown of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And Sami Zayn is over here talking in the native language, of his providence, of his country, and the fans cheered and egging it on. Whatever he said, I don't understand it. I don't speak that native language, but whatever he said, he's got the crowd amped. He's getting a lot of cheap pop the way Mankind used to get the cheap pop, mentioning the city or mentioning the state or mentioning the providence. He just did the same thing. And now he throws the microphone on the floor. That's all he said. So out of 10 minutes of segment, out of a 10-minute segue, he literally talked for like 60 seconds, and the crowd chanted for him at least 7 or 8 minutes in a row. So he basically said nothing. He came to SmackDown just to let the amp themselves up. No secret attack. That's crazy. No Roman Reigns came out to attack him. No Jey Uso came out to attack him. And not only did no one come out to attack him, but nobody even came out to interrupt. None of the bloodline came out, even pre-show, post-show, during the show. Wow. I'm surprised they let Sami Zayn just run away with the whole entire show like that. He didn't even say a word. They just mostly chanted for him. He had about 60 seconds of talking, and then the other 8 or 9 minutes was all the fans cheering him on. And the bloodline did not show up at all tonight. No matches, no segments, no nothing. So I'm wondering what exactly did Roman Reigns tell to Paul Heyman on the phone last Friday when he told Jimmy Uso to stay home? I'm confused now because he said, "Yo, I need you to stay home and I need you to watch TV because when you watch on TV, you're gonna see some things that you probably don't normally see when you're there live and in person," which is true sometimes because let's say you're in the locker room or you're getting ready for a match or you're taking a shower, you'll miss certain things in the show, right? And you won't see the backstage stuff. So I think Paul Heyman wanted Jimmy Uso to see the backstage stuff that kind of happened, on SmackDown recently, a few weeks ago, where Jey Uso was getting inspired by Sami Zayn to betray the bloodline so that he can become like the new tribal chief. So it's weird that this week they let Sami Zayn just come out here, get all this hype from the fans, amp up the whole city, the whole province of Montreal, right? No interference, nobody backstabbed them, nobody sneak attacked them or nothing. And you also had no Jimmy, Jay, no Roman, no Paul. It kind of left me confused. It left me with some unanswered questions to figure out how they were going to increase the plot. It would have made more sense if while he was getting the cheers, if Jey Uso would have randomly came out and Jey Uso would have walked to the ring, or maybe even if he didn't walk to the ring, if from like a distance, maybe from like one of the club seats, or maybe from the entrance, or maybe from the front row audience, if he would have just kind of like saluted him and chanted him on just like the fans were chanting him on, that would have kind of created some more suspense and built some more storyline. But the fact that they didn't do anything like that would connect from what Paul Heyman said last week, they didn't connect anything from last week into this week, and therefore it leaves us with more questions than answers leading into the pay-per-view. Regardless of who wins at the pay-per-view, it just kind of leaves us a little bit unsettled because we don't know if Jey Uso is going to interfere. We don't know which direction he's going. We don't know if it's going to be a fair match. We don't know why Jimmy was told to stay home. It's weird because I think even if we find out who the winner is tomorrow night at the Chamber pay-per-view, I'm not sure if we still will know whether or not if Jey Uso and Sami Zayn are friends behind the scenes. So tomorrow's results may not answer all of our questions because it left us with some new questions today. But whoo, I guess that's how they look at me. I'm here speaking so fast, I'm making it worse. I was like, I guess that's how they are gonna end SmackDown because that's it. The show ended. They're not showing anything else. They let Sami Zayn continue to let the crowd cheer themselves on, and that's pretty much it. Well, guys, I guess that's gonna wrap up SmackDown for tonight. This replay will be available immediately after I'm done on both youtube.com/Ola TV official and Facebook Best Coach in the Biz. Let me check to see if we have any lasting comments that I maybe haven't looked at yet. It says, "Let's go, Sami Zayn. He's gonna win." And then Kyle Andrade also says, it's okay. Crowd's crazy stadium in the Marshall Canadian Stadium. All right. So, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast today. Don't forget to like. Bring the likes up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications for all notifications. I will be here tomorrow night, so don't sleep. Make sure you stay up, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central. So we'll be here for the pay-per-view. Again, appreciate your time. Have a good Friday. See you guys tomorrow for the pay-per-view. Take care. Peace.